Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the live stream of the Everest. We're up to round 3 today. Pat Keefe here with Tom Mitchell. We've got a cracking game. Matt Pietersen from St John's Park up against WA's own Kristina Krstic, Van Nierop.
Yeah, recently married. Kristina, awesome opener to start with.
That's a perler.
Matty Pietersen's had the last game off. Both players have both won their first game, so it's a winner-take-all match.
Yep, playing for the section to get to the last 8. Kristina looks to be on another fair line here.
Great shots there by Kristina. A second one all over the jack. Be a fair form to keep that going all game. Matty Pietersen
and he's close.
Looking to start again, and it's a waste of 2 bowls by Kristina. Kristina calling Matty Pietersen a bit cheeky there.
Wind's starting to pick up a bit, Tommy, I reckon.
So it's been chopping in and out. We've had some periods where we haven't had a breath of wind and the flag's just hanging straight down, and other times where it's going to be gusty, but nothing like it was on Thursday, that's for sure.
Yes, I did hear.
Perfect weather. Even on Thursday, the weather was beautiful, just a bit windy.
Yes, I did hear from a few people that Thursday was incredibly tricky.
Especially on the outdoors, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Some of the Eastern Stato boys were very happy they drew the inside. The upsets that did happen did seem to happen on the outdoor greens on the Thursday.
Yes, I think the inside, once you get it, it's the good players can really play every shot in there.
I think yesterday and today, the indoors probably been a bit slower than it had been on the Thursday. I know the Thursday it was a very late finish. I think it was a 10 o'clock finish before they finished the games, whereas last night they finished about 7:45.
Great line there from Kristina.
It's hit the centre line 3 times out of 3 so far.
Interesting that Matt's sticking to the other hand to start this off. He's only played 1 draw shot.
Some of the other games we got on this outdoor ring, we got Kyle McElroy playing J-Boy Norris. J-Boy Norris just needs to win to progress. If Kyle happens to get up, Billy Brandsman will progress. Another match we could have is...
I think we got Brianna Smith and Ryan Moyle.
Ryan Moyle, yeah, we know that's take all as well.
Yes, winner takes all.
And the last game, Steve Nogat versus Corey Wedlock. Not quite sure of the result of that game, actually. I think Novak lost his first game, though.
Pretty good line here.
It's good enough for shot anyway.
Yes, for now.
Kristina's 2 bowls about a yard past the jack on the centre line.
She's coming from the right area here, Tommy. Just got to run it out. And I think she might have done enough.
Definitely finding the centre line. Matty Pietersen just querying the colour of the puddle sticks, the yellow bowls and orange bowls. And they've actually got yellow and orange pop sticks as well. Very similar colour pop sticks, so it's hard to tell the difference between the two. Yourself, Paddy, did you actually play in the event, and how do you go?
No, I didn't play, Tommy.
No?
No, I know my ability levels. I'm happy to come down and watch and support and get around it, but yeah, I think you know,
You made the trip down for all days, or just
yeah, we've
the
got
day?
obviously with the young daughter now. We've just come up and back. We might stay down tonight. We've got a friend who's down here. We'll see how we go. But it's yeah, it's been great. Um, they should be very proud of the way they've run the event. It runs very smoothly, considering the amount of games that are going on. You don't seem to see much waiting around. I think hats off to Russell and everyone. It's been awesome.
You yourself been from Vic Park and got a syndicate going. What's the go of that, and how's that been working out for you?
Yeah, we've got a little syndicate going. We've got obviously Matt Pietersen here, who's playing Kristina. We've got young Joey Clark, who he is playing Kobe Barton on the indoors now. Winner takes all there. We had Ben Twist and also Brianna Smith as well. So we've still got 3 alive. But as you know, it can change pretty quickly, Tommy. They could all be alive now and it could be all over in a matter of minutes. All right, so I believe was that one to Matt Pietersen, two to Matt Pietersen. He's gone. I think he's tried to go nice long in there. Looks like he's going to stick to the same side of the green. I've seen quite a few people going around the clock outside here. He's on a pretty fair opener. He's just going to travel through a little bit. Got the line though. Looks to be coming from the right area, Kristina. I think she's just got to drop and stop a little bit. Which she seems to have done. I think that'll be one to her. He's on his way, Maddie. Urging it to hurry. Again, he's found the line. Just got to get one in between now. This looks to be a very handy track from Kristina here. If her weight's the same, she's going to be mighty close.
We got some results from the second round. Max R&T defeated Jim Newton 21-12. Leaves Mark Simpson playing R&T's winner-take-all match for the section in Section 1. Darren Rowlands defeated Shane Gillinsnan 21-19. Still leaving Section 2 up for grabs, and I think it's a winner-takes-all game for that game. If Shane gets up by more than 2, he'd get through the section. If Warren wins, he's through that section. Who's got shot there at the moment?
Kristina, according to Mark Vitari, the marker, Kristina's holding 2. She's a tad wider on this one. She's going to have to work pretty hard to get back. She's doing so now.
Good weight again. She's picked a good weight with all 3 bowls.
Potential for 3 there.
Section 3, we have Kobe Barton beat Scotty O'Brien 21-15, leaving winner-take-all match between Joseph Clark and Kobe Barton for the winner of Section 3. Section 4, Jack East defeated Isaac Warren 21-13, leaving another winner-take-all match for Section 4 between Jack East and Gary Kelly. Matthew Pietersen are trying to draw a shot with that. It'd be very tight. Who's got shot?
He may have cut the Jack Highbowl out potentially.
Kristina liking her own bowl for shot.
How about you, Tommy? You just been down for the week, or?
Yeah, I've been stuck doing the camera work, so try not to stuff it up too much.
From all reports, you're doing a great job, mate.
Kristina wanted to come down inside that bowl.
And she's done it.
And well played. I think it's 2 to Kristina.
It does turn nice on that hand out there, doesn't it, Tom?
Both hands do come down, late, nicely. Actually, the wind on this green's actually been coming from the other direction until today, so that's actually been the tide of the two hands usually. Yep. But I think both hands bend quite well. You'll probably find that as soon as they do play any weight, they sort of hold off. They do run very straight with any weight.
3 to
the odd one that bend.
Looks to be 3 to Kristina there, so that takes her out to a 3-2 lead after 2 ends. Just got some more results here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Section 5, which is this section we are live streaming at the moment. Round 2, we had Kristina van Nierop 21-10 over Brett McMahon. Section 6, absolute pearler of a game. I watched it myself. Brianna Smith getting up by 1 shot over Glenn Pauling. Section 7, we had Barry Lester versus Steve Novak. Barry getting up 21-13. And Section 8, Billy Brandsma over Kyle McElroy 21-4. I believe that how's that section sit now? I think J. by Norris will now play Kyle McElroy.
So that would leave winner take all match here on this ring in the live stream match. Winner take all match between Ryan Moyle and Brianna Smith. Corey Wedlock just needs to get to double figures, I think. And then J-Boy Norris just needs to win his match to get through, but as we said previously, if Kyle managed to win the game, would send his good mate Billy Brandsma through.
Billy through. Trying to go again, Billy. So Kristina's just missed a little bit there with her weight. The line's still pretty handy. Giving Matt a little bit of a chance here to try and put a bit of pressure on.
Yeah, she's nailed those first two and then been a bit scared of it coming this way since Matty peeled those two off and killed the first end.
She's forced a hand change for Maddie.
Still got a good enough weight to count though.
Yes.
The wind's not directly sideways, it's sort of diagonal, and at the moment they're pretty much pushing straight into it, playing on the forehand.
Yep. You call it, it's almost a little gusty, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, it's very fluky. It will stop and then it'll blow and then it blows at different strengths. It's not a constant wind, that's for sure. Kristina's playing an absolute pearler there, clearing the shot bowl and drawing the shot.
What do you think Matt will do here, Tommy?
I wouldn't be surprised if Matty has a bit of a run at that.
He doesn't have the best backward, but I think
he's still got 2 bowls
roll
left.
The dice, yeah.
He's just drawing short, looking to turn his own bowl looks now instead.
He's out on a better track than his last.
He's definitely arriving though. He just needs to get down to the bowl. Gives himself more options.
I think he'll be happy with that. That potentially gives him 3 seconds if Kristina can't put another one in there.
Yep. Kristina's asking for 4 shots, so whether the last bowl beats the front, but the front one's still 4 shots, so I think Maddie Pietersen's got 2nd and 3rd. I think Kristina's still got to play the same sort of bowl. If she gives it away, she gives it away. Just needs another bowl in the head.
Yep.
Taking a very high line. It's looking a fairly decent weight. Just needs a clear road now. Jesus, has swung a long way. I thought she was wide enough to go around that bowl, but she's come underneath it. It's a good shot.
I've noticed her bowls. They're really working home late. That last metre or two, a lot of turn out of them on that hand.
Yeah, she uses XGs, so they do have that sort of hockey stick sort of bend and do come home late, especially on the quicker greens.
I had a chat to Matty before. He said it's running at least a good 17 and a half. It's pretty quick. I'm not sure they play on greens that quick over there all the time.
No, they don't. They definitely don't play on these sandfields. But Brianna was complaining about she just leaning on it and she couldn't stop a couple of them.
Matty
very close here, needing to pass the front.
Oh, and he's got his own
though, and might have just given Kristina an extra couple of shots there. Might turn his back one out as well.
Yes. This will be interesting.
4 shots to Kristina there.
Yeah, having a good look at it. 3 shots to Kristina. Yeah, I never knew till earlier listening to your stream on the way down here, Tom, that they don't have a lot of sandfields over east.
No, they go them all the carpet, and so usually what I've seen of the synthetics, they usually put a roof over them now as well. So they don't have the extreme conditions that we have over here.
Yep.
Whereas when we seen to put the carpets down, they only last a couple of years and can't get the life out of them. So we go the more hardy surface and install these sandfields.
There's a lot of them around now. You're seeing more and more of them.
So yeah, it's a
fair opening.
Different surface to play on. That's for sure. I think
a couple of feet short of Jack.
Got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy's just going to step out to take care of the technical aspects of things, and I'm joined by Barry Lester. How are you, Barry?
I'm well. Yeah, it's good to be here, and I love the tournament, love the complex, and we've got a former Australian player in Maddie Pietersen playing against the current Australian player, so that's pure evidence of how good this field is.
Yes, it is. There's definitely no shortage of stars. When was Maddie playing for Australia, Barry?
Yeah, I think he debuted around 2014. I think he was in around the Australian team for a couple of years there. Now he's a psychologist. He went away and got his work and family sorted and all that. And now he's he's sort of always been a quality player, but now I think he's in a place in his life where he can sort of maybe juggle playing a few more tournaments and it's good to see him here. So it usually works the other, one of the two ways. You either chase the career, chase the bowls, and put the family stuff on the back burner, or you ideally maybe you can get all out of the way early. And when you look at a guy like Matty, he'd only be mid-30s, so
35, I
yeah,
believe.
35. So, I mean, if he wanted to and he was committed enough now and he's in a position in his life, he might even have another crack at trying to get into the Australian circles. So, always been a quality player, no doubt about it, and a ripping fella too.
That's a fair bowl from Matty. I think he needed to get one behind there. So you've been doing a bit of coaching while you're over here, Barry?
Yes, yeah, it was lovely. Did some 5-star coaching the other day. So it's hard to do one-on-one coaching because it's, to have one person for a few hours throughout the day is only a certain amount of hours in the day. So I know a lot of people would have missed out. So I put together some groups of 5 the other day and it was a really good hit. So I enjoyed that, and the club's been really supportive of that. And I'm off to Osborne Park Wednesday night working with some of the juniors. And then and the open teams, and then off to Hilton Park on Thursday night. So in the end, ends up being about a 10-day leg over here, which I'm loving. So
Lovely.
don't get over here enough, but if I can put this one in the calendar for the next 10 years to be able to come over here, it's lovely to be here, and yeah, just love the vibe and all that. Just even yesterday walking around with the dogs and just seeing a bit more of Mandurah. It's just a beautiful part of the world.
Yeah, we're pretty relaxed over here as it is in the west, and then I think you get down here and it's even more so than Perth. But that'll be great for our juniors. I believe in WA there's been a lot of work done on growing our juniors, and it's good to have someone of your caliber come over and spend a bit of time with them. It's invaluable for them. I think they'll love it.
Thank you. I really do feel our juniors, probably anywhere around Australia, they're probably I think the technical side of things is a real big, the biomechanics, the whole, if you look at most sports, whether it be golf or whatever, they're being really drilled and trained a lot with their techniques and their routines and all that. And I think a lot of juniors, if they put a little bit more time into really owning their techniques and putting the time in, especially with the training drills and that, sky's the limits then. Because I was doing just the coaching here the other day, and this lady goes, I said, "Oh, when you do your training," she said, "Training, what's that?" And that's where it starts. So just being able to change the word from training to rolling up, just changing that wording is a big difference. It's a big mindset, and the best athletes in pretty much any sport, whether it's amateur or professional, they're out there training week in, week out to get the best out of themselves. And if you can start by just saying, "I'm prepared to do the training," as some of these kids are, anything's possible. So it's great to see.
Yeah, I think that you make a good point there. You look at any other sport, and to be great at any sport, you've got to train. And I think sometimes it does get lost a little bit in bowls, because you can go out and it's also a very social game, and you can potentially not practice how you play. And I think that's the key if you want to get better. And we've got some good up and coming kids over here in WA at the moment, so I think we can look out in the future, and it's great. Yep.
Well, I look at these two here. Okay, Matty's fairly tall, but nice strong bend in the arm. I'm one that coaches that. Nice, relaxed grip of the bowl. And then Chrissy, same thing, big strong bend in the arm. I'm a one that coaches that. So these two here, fairly similar in that way. They're both quite tall when they set up. Even though the green's running about 16.5, it's running beautiful, this synthetic. You see Chrissy here, quite tall. Strong bend in the arm there. And then a lot of lower body movement. Big strong bend in the knees. And
she does have a very consistent delivery, Kristina, doesn't she? It gets out the same every time.
Yeah, yep.
It's obviously a fair key as well.
Yeah, so when you talk current juniors, but obviously back in the day when Chrissy was a junior, always showed a lot of promise, and it's great to see her go on with it, because it wasn't easy at sometimes with the calibre of players. But to do it from the west, to keep coming over, take that long flight, keep backing up event after event, camp after camp, and to see Chrissy be rewarded with some great results, both internationally and domestically. It's good on her. It's kudos to her.
Yeah, everyone over here is so proud of her. It's it's a big commitment. She's obviously a chiropractor as well. It's not only for her. It's she's made a decision in life to pursue it, and I think you just got to take your hat off to her. She's worked very, very hard to get where she is, and I think it's good to see her get a bit of success.
Yeah, spot on. It's there's not many lives that people live out there in the world that you can categorically say, well, for the next 6 to 8 months of the year, I'm going to be away in a training or competitive environment for my sport. Great shot there on the forehand, just fall off the bowl, perfect. Yeah, weight was pretty good with a third, just missed the line, but to stick to it and correct, that was a great correction from Chrissy. And to be able to tell your loved ones your work and all that, I'm someone that needs sort of 6, 12 or 6, 8 months away on the road. It's a huge commitment because the outcomes aren't always there in terms of what you're trying to get out of it. But in Chrissy's case, the persistence and the resilience from her. Like when I flew over the other day, I actually said to myself, 5 hours flying over, I went, wow, people like Chrissy and that, they've got to do this all the time, and it's a big commitment. So hats off for sure.
I think Mathew will want to try and get one in here and just weather the storm a little bit.
Yeah, you get down and sit that bowl.
He's on
Just missing under, I think. Got the front. Oh, he's looking to get that through Jack.
Kristina holding a good one here, which will draw for a second.
Yeah, so Matty Pietersen, I think he won the state singles when he was 16 in New South Wales. So that's to win that title at such a young age in a strong state like New South Wales goes to show he was a very young, accomplished player, and then racked up a lot of state games and went on to get his Australian cap number. So Matty's been a real consistent player for a long time. I think he might have even won the Golden Nugget. He actually did win the Golden Nugget. So there you go. That's probably the hardest singles tournament in the world to win, or definitely up there anyway. So he's got the runs on the board. If that flops back, that's close.
That is close. Well, they'll have a look at that one, I reckon, Barry. I believe he's also won 3 Park Beach singles. So he's obviously quite an accomplished singles player.
Yeah, I don't know where he'd be at with state games. For a while there, he was racking them up for a long time there. But a real character too, always up for a laugh and a bit of banter, and his nickname's Perm. He hasn't got the perm going at the moment, but back in the day he had that full big head of hair with the big permy curls. Now he's going with the fade and the little line down the side. He went for a fresh cut yesterday.
Yep.
We're housing together, and he said, I'm heading off for a haircut. So yeah, he's got that nice fresh fade happening there, that fresh cut.
How was the perm? Was it a big perm? Are we talking proper perm?
No, we're talking Ronald McDonald material. Big perm. It was iconic. Everyone knew him by perm and his hairdo, but much more slick these days.
We're calling the umpire here for second shot. Yep.
Yeah, Sue's amazing. I said to Russell yesterday, Russell Tyrrell, well, careful what I say here, but I said we should maybe try and put something together for her, and as a little thank you for the tournament. And he said, yeah, we'll see what we can do. So Sue's going to go home and listen to this tonight and go, oh, they're organising something for me tomorrow. But why not? Let's let it be known. Sue does an amazing job. I've seen Sue as an ITO for many years at many events, and lovely lady. And there she is. Look, she's got all the equipment ready. Yeah, there you go. First ITO in WA.
You see her around a lot. I don't think I've ever been to really any big event in WA. You don't see Sue there volunteering her time, and the sport just can't go on without people like Sue.
they do all the training. They got the equipment. They keep up to date with all the latest and greatest with the equipment and all the rules and that. You know, landscape's always changing, but yes, there's always just she's just a pleasure to be around and just a lovely lady, always friendly and within a split second you could see she was over here and doing a great job. Always at BPLs, Australian Opens, and we're lucky to have her in the sport. Yes, I understand she's got a famous son,
George Bradley. One of
Brad. How many games? Oh, he racked up a fair bit. Brad Hogg for Australia, didn't he?
He would have played
Fair
plenty. I believe he still plays bowls at Manning.
Yeah.
Playing Big Bash at 48. Yeah.
Left-hander, Brad Hogg.
Left-hander.
So mother of Brad Hogg, Sue Hogg, there, the ITA. So bit of trivia for you.
He gets out on the bowling green and he loves chasing them down and following a bowl.
I could have just seen it with the tongue out.
Yeah, with the tongue out, 100%.
Really? Yeah,
Those
good.
two for Tommy.
I love that. Yeah, you got Brycey Selwood, Joel Selwood's dad. He loves bowls. He's down there in Geelong. Lives and breathes for bowls. You got Dane Swan's old man. He bowls at Port Melbourne. I think it's Brucey Swan. It's great to see. You know, it's a great sport for everyone, as we know. And Billy Swan. So shout out to Billy Swan, Port Melbourne and Port Melbourne boys. I'm sure a few of them will probably tune in today or some stage throughout the tournament. So, but it's good. Yeah, good to be here. And Dandenong Club's been my sponsor. Great club.
Yep.
We're obviously Gary Kelly and I part of the franchise there with the Melbourne Pulse, BPL, Dandenong Club, and we represent them in the UBC and they give a lot back to the sport, Dandenong Club, so I thank them for their support, getting me over here.
You've been before, Baz?
Well, only the once, 19 I think it was, or 18, 19 maybe, but love it. Yeah, love coming over here. And
are you based up on the Gold Coast these days?
Yeah, based at the Gold Coast. Been up there now 6 years. Yeah, so pretty cruisy up there. Everyone's really laid back. I must admit, when I first moved to Queensland, I was KPIs and deadlines and timeframes and then everyone's like, nah, it's okay, we'll get it done tomorrow, you know. And it really is. It's a different lifestyle. It's much cruisier, much relaxed versus that sort of inner Melbourne lifestyle, and I love that. It was good for us to move up there and sort of enjoy a bit more of a chilled out environment, and and we get back to Melbourne as much as we can. So
looks to be Kristina holding 2 here. Matty's just gone off a little bit with his weight. Looking around the other boards, looks like we've got J by Norris 6-8 against Kyle McElroy. Steve Novak is up 9-5 over Corey Wedlock as Kristina just draws another one, holding 3.
Great shot.
Ryan Moyle currently 6-0 against Browner Smith. And obviously this game here, we've got Kristina Krstic leading 8-4 against Maddie Pietersen.
Yeah, Corey's got to get to 12 for that section to be finished. I'm in that section, so Steve's across that and Corey's across it, so they know that as soon as Corey gets to 12, Corey will advance, and so Corey's now on 8, so requires 4 more shots.
4 more shots.
And I said to Corey and Steve, actually, just saying, what would you do once Corey gets to 12? Do you just finish the game off, or knowing the section's over, or do you try and stay out there for another half an hour and try and get the result? Both of them sort of said, not sure what's going on, but I mean they'll probably just have that chatter throughout the game. I know Benny Twist the other week at the state singles up in New South Wales, he had to get a score against Lee Schreiner. I think it was 18. As soon as he got to 18, they just shook hands and just come off the green. So I mean, it's up to the player's discretion. Yeah, I think that's been sorted in terms of ranking points and all that. Because it was all agreed upon before the game. Yep. I think Lee and Benny said, well, as soon as if Ben gets to 18, it's all agreed upon that there won't be a forfeit or a walkover. So I'm sure ranking points will still apply there. That's a no-brainer.
Don't know if Matty likes this one. He seems to be on a better line.
Yeah, nice track.
Does he need to run a tad?
Yeah. So what you're getting there is you won't see it on the TV monitor, but as Matty's bowl's coming in there, it's actually trying to draw into what is almost a headwind, and that breeze has come through that. What is that? I'm trying to think.
That'd be that southeastern corner.
Yeah, southeastern corner. So there has been a little bit of breeze, and the beauty of the breeze today, it's come from the one direction, which is great. That's what you want if you got nothing worse when you look up at the flag on the light on the pole and it's swaying around everywhere, and you're like, whoa, this is going to be fun. But of course, next door on the indoor, there's a full green of play happening.
Yep. Well, it's a nice start here by Kristina. That takes her to 11-4 over Maddie Pietersen.
Yeah, definitely in some good rhythm, Chrissy, and coming off some. Oh, when isn't she coming off some good singles form? She wins a lot of singles over here, but it does breed self-belief. If you can get a big win, it's amazing when you see someone in a lot of sports at the start of the season. If they get a big win under their belt, they sort of run with it. And Chrissy winning the, I think, state singles recently. Just got married. And I know so many people that have got married and gone on and just won a lot. Yeah, babies too, but more so, I've just seen so many people over the years get married, and it's like they're just sort of in a content mindset and just go on, and I think it just works well. So I wouldn't be surprised. Be watching the markets. Chrissy be hard to beat over at the AO. I think after Alan, now Fife, got married a couple of years ago, we won the next BPL, and Alan put on a clinic. It's very stiff, not make the All-Star team, and it's just crazy how you get married and sort of life, sort of one of those big jobs in your life's done, and you can sort of take a breath. And Alan came out and she just burnt all week. Her stats were through the roof, and I've seen it from many bowlers over the years.
It's wonderful, the BPL, isn't it? It's
BPL's great. Yeah,
it's been great for the sport. I think I think that's also got a lot to do with why we've, especially over here in WA, we seem to have a lot more younger kids trying to have a go, and that helps.
Yep.
They've got something to aspire to, that watch it on telly, and
yeah, it's a good TV event. And with the 2 extra franchises now, the 12 teams, the crowds are bigger. The franchises are bringing more crowds in, the more supporters in, and the last couple of BPLs have been phenomenal. And what I love about it is exactly what Gold Coast did. Gold Coast went from last at Pine Rivers to first at Moama, so it just goes to show it's anyone's.
Yep. Great shot here by Matty Pietersen. I think he's drawn the shot. We've got some scores from inside. Currently, Aaron Teague's 12, Mark Simpson 6, Kobe. Kobe Barton 7, Joey Clark 8, Jack East 5, Gary Kelly 7, Shane Judicinan 10, Warren Holt 1. Matty's stopping here and having a good think about this shot, what he wants to do here, whether he sticks to the back end, which I think he's decided to do.
Yeah, it as much as it is a nice surface, just with that little bit of fluky wind, you can see top right-hand corner, the little windsock there. It's just not a green you want to be swapping hands too much on. You really do want to settle into a rhythm, just one hand, get a feel for it. If you start swapping forehand and backhand and playing different weighted shots, it is hard to adapt. Whereas the carpet inside, you can play anything with your eyes closed in there. It's such a nice, true little deck in there.
Yep.
And Kristina here, well, 2 down, but you think she'd be giving her bowl a chance. Yeah. Yeah, the old needle punch at Pine Rivers, that was quick. Yeah, it was always 18. And whereas the indoor here would be about 14 1/4, and I reckon this is running 16 today with that fluky breeze. So it's it's actually a pretty good head of bowls there. Outside of probably that back one of Kristina's, which is still in a good area. It's it's a decent head of bowls for these conditions, and you only have to look around certain certain heads bowls, you'll see some bowls 6 and 8 feet away on the draw if you don't quite get it away because it's got a concrete base. And I've always said if you want to work on your delivery, find a concrete base synthetic somewhere and get into a rhythm and get into a habit of not making a sound at release.
Yeah, okay.
And we're hearing it all day today, some bowls, making a real hard sound when it hits the concrete. But if you can work on your delivery to the point where that bowl won't make a sound on that concrete, you're going good. I grew up on concrete sandfield synthetic, so I know all about it.
Yep. That's potentially 3 there to Matty Pietersen.
I think so.
Gets him
Big
back in the game.
response.
What do you think he'll do with the length? Kristina's had her way for a few ends now.
Yeah, it should be one or the other, ditch or minimum. After playing Corey this morning, he went short, and then I went short my last game. I think I've always said if you scratch around anywhere, it's got to be maximum or minimum. You can't play the in-betweens, and probably for me, if I'm scratching around, my go-to is probably minimum.
Yep.
I just take a lot of the green out, so take the mat up and take a lot of the green out of play.
2 there to Matty.
What club was that at?
Lakes Entrance? Yeah, Country Victoria Lakes Entrance. Yeah, rock hard synthetic. Concrete under the synthetic. And I remember some nights, just being a teenage kid that loved and breathed and lived for bowls. We had a street light, we didn't have lights at the time on the greens, but I'd go down some nights at 7, 8 o'clock at night and just jump the fence, and I'd practice the nearest rink to the footpath or to the road, and practice under the street light, and I would literally just hours and hours and hours, and I always found practicing in the dark was really good for your technique because you didn't want to hear that sound or that roughness of a bowl getting away rough, and just working on your timing and your tempo. And my mentor, John Snell, he would tell me things like that, in terms of being at one with your technique. Practice in the dark, practice blindfolded, whatever. You gotta test yourself out every now and then. And I always think of Karen Murphy's great quote. You gotta train or practice or try to be as much as you can comfortable when being uncomfortable. And that's a quote I always carry with me anywhere I go. And that it will not only present itself in a game, but definitely in your training. You've got to be training and practicing in uncomfortable environments.
Yep.
Nice shot there from Chrissy.
Noticed the last few years in Victoria, they've had some building some quite nice facilities over there. Trailer were gone.
Yeah, Traralgon's got one, and Matty Flapper down at Ocean Grove, they're building a brand new structure, multi-million-dollar structure, Max down there. There's some great facilities going up, no doubt about it. Indoor is it's here to stay, definitely. Yeah, canopy, steel and fabric. Yeah.
I was lucky enough. I went and visited some friends in Geelong, and there was, I think it's the Geelong Bowling Club.
Geelong
they
Bowling
had
Club.
A brand spanker.
Yep.
Amazing. It was big.
It's so multi-purpose. A friend of mine, he's retired now, but he was a Olympic and Commonwealth Games boxer. We grew up in Lakes Entrance together. Jason Waitley, good friend of mine, and Jason's first Australian title, he won it on a bowling green. And I always say that, and because it starts the next conversation. It's one thing to have a roof or a structure at a club, but how are you utilising it in its downtime when it's not being used for bowls? And if you just put out some temporary flooring, he won his first Australian boxing title at Paradise Point Bowling Club on the Gold Coast. And they put the temporary flooring down. They put the boxing ring in the middle of the bowling green, and the club's never turned over that much money again in a day.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the machines, the food, the boxing. So multi-purpose, utilising the space for other purposes, whether it be concerts or I know down in on club, they put a stage in the corner. They put the temporary flooring down, and they pack the whole under the roof with a concert. They have live bands, and I mean, it's a no-brainer. You've got a multi-purpose your venue if you've got such a great space.
It's a good lesson for clubs over here. We've got a few clubs over here at the moment that are trying to do different things, and it's funny you bring that up. Coburn, who have a great junior academy run by Kelly Ray.
Yes.
they've turned to, they've got quite a large function area, and that they have boxing there, 1,000 people, and they said it's just turned their club around.
Yeah.
They're like, these people are coming in from outside the bowling club. You're not just relying on your members to keep it ticking over. They're spending money, and then you can also get people popping in, and you never know, you could find your next
That's
star
right.
bowler out of that.
Yeah.
If their boxing days are over.
Build it.
Atmospheres in the clubhouse too.
Yeah, build it and they will come, as they say. So Matty's trying to trail this Jack for 4 here. If he gets it right. Great speed. Looks to be just under. So perfect speed just to trail that 2 feet.
Yeah.
Nice weight.
Kristina's having a good look at this.
Boys, it's been a pleasure to join you for the commentary, and well done for giving up your time for the live streaming and promoting the event. I'll be definitely back. I love it, and yeah, thanks for having me today. It's definitely an event on the calendar that everyone should put in the forefront of your mind, because if you've got a husband or wife at home or a family or whatever, and you want to come away and have a nice holiday and come and play bowls, well, a kilometre down the road, you've got beautiful estuaries and beaches, and we're catching crabs the other day and watching the dolphins swim past. It's just a beautiful part of the world. So to anyone watching in this event, make sure you put the Everest top of the list.
No worries, Barry. It's a pleasure to have you here. And also, have you got any more coaching coming up before you go?
Yeah, so Osborne Park, I'm over there on Wednesday. I'm working with the juniors from 3 till 6, I think it is, and then an open session from 6:30. And then I'm over to Hilton Park Thursday night, 4 till 7.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to that. And as I said, off the top, the juniors, just helping with their biomechanics, helping with their deliveries and their techniques, and just helping them maybe with a bit of goal setting as well, how to chase those goals. And well, what we probably all want to see a bit more of is a few more potential, if not emerging and eventually national Australian players coming from the West.
Yeah,
you know, because we want to see more, and I really look forward to working with the juniors on Wednesday.
I believe there's still some positions available, so if anyone wants to get involved, get in touch with the Everest page, and we can pass on the details to you. And
absolutely,
get around it.
Yeah, definitely. No, thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone tuning in. Make sure you give us a like and a share. That's the idea. As soon as you share it, you're promoting the game. So that's what it's all about.
Thanks, Baz.
Cheers, guys.
So that was one to Matty Pietersen there. They had a good look at it. Not a bad, fair start there by Matty. He's just jack high, a couple of feet away. She's just working home now, Kristina. Fair shot here. I think her weight's pretty handy. Just going to nestle in behind. Another good shot by Matty Pietersen there. Looks to be holding 2. Ladies and gentlemen, joined now by one of the greats of West Australian bowls, Mr. John Sharp. How are you, Johnny?
Good, Paddy. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Made the trip down to Mandurah for a look?
Yeah, just a morning trip this morning from Merredin. up in Meriden at the moment, doing some work at my oldest boy Michael's place.
Yep. How'd you guys go out there this year in Meriden? Pretty successful year again?
Yeah, another pennant flag for the boys. My first one out there for a long time, but I think the boys have had 2 or 3 in a row, so been good.
Yep. Matty seems to have composed himself these last couple of ends and sort of found his groove a little bit more. Just trying to get down. I don't think he'll be overly upset with getting behind here.
Yeah, okay.
Just turn the. It should see red light on here. See green. See it. See green.
Yep.
Great shot by Kristina there, little trail. Oh yes, Johnny. Your camper van, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Yeah. No, Fee and I have settled into that. We've just set it up now that we've got a Suzuki Jimny that we tow behind the motorhome.
Beautiful, so you don't have to
that's
ride the
all.
bike.
Yeah, over the bike. But no, that's set up and approved now through the Department of Transport. So we tow that behind our motorhome. So
Yep.
2.5 weeks we'll head to Gold Coast for the Australian Open.
Yep. I was
Looking forward
lucky
to that.
enough to catch up with you last year there, and you were giving that bike a fair workout, Johnny. I thought far out. He does a lot of riding. I didn't know it was electric though.
Yeah, it's a bit of an e-bike. So it used to take me 50 minutes to get from Labrador out to at the Broadbeach. But it wasn't a bad trek.
Yeah, good. Went big weight there, Matty, and he did get his own. I think it's most likely still just the one. Good opportunity here for Kristina though to add another one. She's on a. Just needs to
Bit light.
hurry. Yeah, a bit light on. Just the one. Another one for Kristina. That takes her a 12-7 lead. Speaking of Meriden, Johnny, your mate Matty France, 4 Country Week singles, I believe, this year. His 4th one. He's in a bit of form, Matty.
Absolutely, yeah. He's still very good. He's only 32 years old. And he's won 4, so yeah, his ability, mate. He's going to win a few more. He's such a talent at that singles and no fear, as the young blokes don't have any fear. And yeah, he plays a good game of bowls. Very good.
I believe he's back into the mix for the state squad this year.
Yeah, he's put his name forward. He went down for a state trial about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Went down and tried. I think he went all right too. He looked like he did. I was actually trialling with the over 60s now.
Oh,
I did
yep.
the old big 6-0, so I've done a couple of them, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of people in WA know how good Matty France is. It's obviously a bit of a commitment for him coming from Meriden, but I think it's great to see him having a crack. You'd love to see him get an opportunity.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You get him up the front end, mate. He can draw so good. So I've got a lot of confidence that, that he's got the ability to do it. No problems whatsoever. Good shot here.
Great shot by Matty there. And the over 60s, how are they shaping up this year?
Yeah, they look all right. Yeah. There's some big old names back. Yeah, it's good to catch up with a few of them. The Roosters and Cavs and John Goddard and these guys. Even Rossi Breslin. So there's some good names there, and the guys that have been there beforehand. So I'm really excited about having another go if I get an opportunity.
Yep. So yeah, when you mention those names, it's pretty fair. You could make a pretty fair side out of the over 60s, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good shot too, Chrissy.
Great shot.
Probably got a couple.
Marcus called there that it's one. It looks a lot
Yeah,
like two to me.
that orange bowl certainly looks closer than the yellow. He said the back one's the shot, so
Don't think it'll change Matty's shot here. I think he's still just looking to draw one. Looks like he's on a fair track here. Just down to his weight now. Oh, he's grabbed a bit of the jack and he's followed through with it. He's probably still one down, but
definitely
a better position.
still one down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some other scores from this green. We've got J. by Norris 8-12 versus Kyle McElroy. Steve Novak 10-13 versus Corey Wedlock. Ryan Moyle 10-2 versus Brianna Smith. As Kristina just draws a second by the looks. And obviously this game 12-7. Inside, Aaron Tees 17, Mark Simpson 8. Kobe Barton 10, Joey Clark 10. Jack E 6, Gary 9, Gary Kelly 9, and Shane Judas in 12, Warren Holt 6. Holty's on the comeback by the looks inside. Just needs to pull up, he's going to slide through. Well, big chance here, Sharpie, for Kristina. She can draw another one in here. Three gets her out to a nice 15-7's a handy lead.
Absolutely. I think she just drew on the backhand too, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she'll just
probably just do it again.
Try and get to her own.
Keep something out there, Jack High at the right's probably not the greatest.
She's taken a very, very kind line out there, very wide.
She might be going to the back to
Yeah,
cover.
I think she is. What are you playing here, Johnny? You're just trying to draw the shot, or you have a look up through the bowls or the jack?
If you got both the bowls, I mean, it might be worth 2 or 3, but I know he's got a foot to draw. He's already had a couple of them, so I'd be getting right up there.
Getting up there. I've just been handed a note from Tommy Mitchell. I think this could be a little slide dig at his younger brother. Oh, and he's got both bowls.
He did, yep.
I hear Emu Point had a bit of trouble winning the pennant this year without your Sharpie.
Oh, I think they got to the final, but I'm not sure what happened in the final. I think they did get beat, yeah.
If you're listening, Matty Mitchell, I was forced to read that out.
I spoke to Matty this morning. He was off to the races, so I don't think he'll be listening.
There's one to Matty Pietersen there. We've seen a bit of a length change here by Matty. He's brought the mat up further than he has previously when he's had control of the mat. Just got the one. They might look at this length here. Kristina's happy with the length. She's had the. So we're pretty close to the minimum here. We just send our well wishes also to Maddie's son Harry, who unfortunately fell through a window. If you're listening out there, Harry, we're all thinking of you. Uncle Tom said he'll get you some presents for next time he sees you. That was the square up, Tommy. Not a bad start there by Maddie. They haven't played this length at all, so this will test them out just to see who adapts to this first. Looks to be on an okay track here, Mathew. All down to his weight now. He's finishing off quite nicely. I think that'll be 2. So you're out living in Merredin, Johnny? You're living in the camper van, or are you?
Yeah, just doing some, like I said, I'm doing some renos at Michael's place. Doing up his bit of work on his bathroom. So yeah, parked up at the backyard and
Beautiful.
not too bad.
That'll be good fun. Get to spend some time with the grandkids.
Yeah, it is good.
Who would you be backing to take this whole thing out from here, Johnny?
Oh well, I've only just arrived, so I'm sort of I think Corey Woodlock's always one hard to beat, but just watching Ryan Moyle there, I mean he's 10-2 up and getting them pretty close. So local hope, I reckon he might be the man.
And he's run into arguably a lot of people's star of the tournament so far. Brianna's knocked off some pretty big names, and she's been just drawing unbelievably. But every time I've looked over, Ryan's had an answer.
Yeah, I've been taking note, and he has been a few close. Chrissy looks like she's running a little bit again.
Yeah, I think that'll be 2 to Maddie at the moment. He's got the backer, so I think he'll look to try and just turn one of his bowls, or maybe even just get to the jack first himself. He's having a good think about it.
Cheers, mate.
He's changed his hand.
The locals.
Don't know if he likes it. He looks a little tad high to me.
Bit big. Probably more the weight.
He's going for a bit of cover, he says. He's a brute of a man. Where is the over 60s this year, Johnny? Where could you be potentially off to if you get picked?
Tassie. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure which. Whether it's Launceston, Hobart. I think it's Launceston, but yeah. Yeah, they have.
That'd be good.
Chrissy looks
Oh,
big
here comes
again,
Chrissy.
but
She does look a bit big and wide to me. Well, she wasn't far off, but I think you'd say the length change, Maddie would be pretty happy with that result, just to claw a couple back on her and put a bit of pressure back on the scoreboard. 2.
yeah, well, 2, yep.
What's your favourite length, Johnny? Do you have a favourite length, or what's your go-to when you're in a bit of strife?
Oh, I used to love them short, but yeah, that's especially on the quick stuff. You just didn't really have to let them go. But I probably don't play as much nowadays, so especially in the singles.
Weight control has never been my strong point, Johnny. So short's not good for me.
I did a trip to Darwin last year in the just the Darwin Carnivals nightcliff in Darwin, and Darwin's undercover up there run extremely quick and wide, and on a nice short one, they were quite unbelievable how much grass and how good it was.
Yep. We're getting a few questions fired through for you, Johnny. Best player you've played with and against? I feel like Spike Jones at the moment.
He brings back a few memories, but
Yeah, he sure does.
did enjoy me times playing with Spike and the boys.
Good bowler, Spike?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we won a lot of premierships back in the day at Civic and skippered. Like he could play a lot. Very good. Funniest story, I'll never forget. I played him in the final of the singles, and we had a downpour, and we had to keep playing this game. But the green got that flooded, and we've let these bowls go, but he couldn't reach, so he decided he'd start swimming. I've never seen a bloke laying on this grass trying to swim through the water. It was that deep. Unbelievable.
Good shot there by Matty. That'll get it back to a measure, according to Mark Vitari. But yes, best you've played with and against, Johnny?
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough when I first went to Perth and played with and against Stewie Davies. I played second for him in my first state series, so he was still one of the best and relaxed and good players that I saw. But through that era of WA, when you go back and Dennis Catt, Robbie Ball, John Rinaldi, Steve Shahoy, just so many that just so good. They all represent WA, not only WA but Australia. So they were certainly very classy.
Who are you most excited about when you have a look at the younger crop of WA stateside coming through now? Anyone that excites you?
Oh, I've seen a little bit of this Jack East, and the last couple of years, and he's one that I really do rate. And probably the other one was Ant Williams is the other one in the last couple of years, and he's skippering a rink, and but what I see of him nowadays too, he's very good.
Yep.
So.
Oh, we've got a dead end. We'll start that one again.
Who's hit that, Matty, has he?
Yeah, Matty hit it. Yeah. Any back to that Spike story. That was any other funny bowl stories from over the year? I'm sure you got plenty, Johnny. A bloke like you, I think funny things just sort of radiate to you.
Yeah, well, we did a trip, and I'm going back a few years ago. I'm not sure what year, but I played the Australian Open triples at Darebin, and with AJ and David Opie, and it was at Princess Park. It was pretty heavy, but and we probably not the greatest on the real heavy greens, but we have our trial ends, and then we get the first end underway, and we pick up a 6 on the first end. We thought, how good's this? And then the umpire of the day come out and said, no, you got to wait for the whistle to blow before we start. You cancel that in. We dropped 5 on the replay.
That's a perler.
Never look back.
You win the game?
No.
That's a good fair opener by Matty there. Seems to have sort of putting a bit more pressure on with his first bowl. But
good shot
here.
A
Fair response by Kristina. Number 1, I'd suggest.
It's close. I don't know what the umpire, the marker, put up.
Have a look at Matty. He's wearing the Converses here. I believe he has dispensation to wear them. He's a very stylish man.
Mathew, yep.
He's in the area here. He probably wants to hold for the jack, and he gets it. Probably did want it to go with it, but it's still better than it was. when he had the perm.
Years ago, yeah, I haven't seen Matty for a couple of years, but he was a good player back in the day.
I
I
reckon
imagine
he had
nothing's changed.
He's obviously nicknamed Perm.
Yep.
And we've heard a few stories that it was quite a serious perm.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if you remember that, Johnny, but
I don't. I remember the nickname Perm, but yeah, I can't remember him.
I believe he won a state singles at 16, which is a fair effort.
Absolutely. Just to win a state singles is a fair effort, let alone at
Yeah,
16.
player of my ability, I'll be able to get through a section.
Diving away again, but the weight's deluxe
Probably done
again.
enough.
Yeah, oh, definitely
Yeah,
shot.
he's done enough.
Definitely the shot.
It's on for a little trail, can make a good 3.
I think Acker was in front there. He's dropped the bit. He's 15, 12 down now.
Yeah, they're playing for the section over there, so I believe.
Yeah, they are.
First time J-By's hit the front, from what I've seen. Corey Wedlock will go through. He needed to get to 12, and he's on 16-11 against Steve Novak. Ryan Moyle 12-2 against Browner Smith. That's also for the section. And this game here, 10-12. 12-10, sorry, Kristina over Matt Pietersen. Matt Pietersen currently holding 1. We'll endeavour to get an update for the indoor scores when we can. Spent much time down here in Mandurah, Johnny, over the years. It's a beautiful place for the Everest.
Yeah, it is. Mate, it's one of the best. I lived down here for 18 months.
Yep.
When I first started in Perth with work, I commuted from Mandurah to Perth. Nice spot, yeah.
And we'll be looking to sit this back bowl. He's just missed it.
Slipped past. Anyway, down this south, I'm enjoying a bit more time around Bunbury, Busselton now. I've spent a bit of time down there, and love getting down there in the summer. Nice spot.
For anyone that has the camper van, caravan lifestyle that Johnny's living, if you've never been to Mandurah, try book in, come over next year. If you enjoy your bowls, not only do you get to come and watch some of the best bowlers in the world, you can even have a go yourself if you want. It's obviously an open event. I believe that'll be 1 to Matty Pietersen, so that brings it within 1 shot. You would have played a lot of clubs over the years, Johnny. Any favourite clubs or favourite you played for? You played for a few. Against, whether it be Perth, over East. Yeah, played at.
Oh, yeah, still my early days at Florida. I loved them when I first come down to Premier League and back in the days when it was 1 red, and loved my time there. But yeah, some beautiful bowling greens with the likes of Vic Park, Melville, Carlisle, Athlane, just unbelievable places to play bowls on. WA were very lucky in the day with the grass greens, and then probably more the later years of Aussie Park and Bassendean nowadays. But yeah.
Yep. Before my time, but I've heard you never hear a bad word about Carlisle Athlane greens.
It's just quite
too good.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could play a bowl and they were that quick that you got a gust and it'd go another 15 feet. They were that quick. It was when those, I forget what he's using, those impacts there when they first come out. He had the tighter set, and I tell you, yeah, I had a set of Taylor Vectors, I think they were in the days, but yeah, he was half my line and they were running 19, 20 seconds, whatever they were. It was quite amazing. I was actually talking to Rhett Butler earlier about it, how much difference the line was.
Speaking of Vectors, Matty Pietersen played on the indoor the other day and he pulled the Vectors out.
Really?
Yep, yeah. Absolutely loved them inside. He said, I don't know how I'd go with them out here though.
Well, still one of the good bowls. I mean, yeah. Even when the greens were quick, I used to like them.
Well, it's quite a pivotal point in the game now. Whichever one
It
of them
is.
can string a couple of ends together can get to that point where they can finish.
Chrissy looks pretty good again
yeah,
here. If
she
she
looks-
just runs that last little bit.
Yeah, I think her weight's pretty handy. She's definitely holding two.
Pretty big for Maddie here because he was 6 foot short and then 6 foot long, so
Yeah,
he's
he's gotta find one in the
a
middle.
big correction there.
His track looks handy.
He's very close to landing, maybe.
Oh, he's gonna get a bit of a result there. I think he was quite heavy still.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Kristina's got two waiting though. Don't know if she'll look to play with a bit of aggression up underneath Maddie's short one, and Maddie does have the one right at the back. Lining up on the forehand. With a bit of weight.
She's using a bit of weight, yeah.
She's in the area.
Got it
Got
clean
it
too.
clean.
Good shot, Chrissy.
Great shot.
And got the back one in
Got
as
it
well.
clean and the back
Oh, there
one
you
in.
go.
So she's holding two and a look for three. Big shot here for Perm. Got to put it back.
One was down 10-1.
Maddie looks like he's played this pretty good.
He looks pretty good, yeah.
He is very good.
That's a very impressive bowler. He wants to try and...
Oh, she's got everything
Oh,
going now, though.
I think
She
Kristina's still going to
bowl
be
or
looking
jack.
for something similar. May even change her hand. Probably more chance of getting the jack on her backhand. No, she's lining up on the forehand again. It's a big shot in the context of this game.
It's
Oh,
all
we have,
happening
we
here.
have
Yeah.
movement behind the head.
It's going to happen again. Unbelievable.
We've got... Right, she's let it go. She needs to hold. Oh, she's just missed.
Close.
That's a great effort by Kristina. Just missing. That'll be one to Maddie Pietersen. Takes it to, I believe, 12 all. We've got some scores through from inside. Aaron T is currently 20 versus Mark Simpson 11. Warren Holt 12. Shane Judicinan 14. He was down 10-1 at the start, Warren Holt, so that's a pretty fair comeback. Jack East 17 over Gary Kelly 9. Are they playing for the section,
Yeah.
Tom? Yes, that should be a huge result for young Jack. And Kobe Barton 10, Joseph Clark 18. So the young guns seem to be firing a little bit on the indoor.
Did you have that last score with beforehand with Jack and Gary? What was it before?
Jack was 6, Gary 9
Yeah, so
last time.
he's-
Jack's gone on a heater.
Yeah. Gaz hasn't moved.
I would never believe it, but it sounds like he's gone on a run like a young Lee Such. Well, that's what Lee Such tells everybody.
Ryan Moore just finished it off, has he?
It looks like Ryan Moyle will be through. That'll be
21-2. Gee.
another one through for the Cozzy Home Loans team, Corey and Ryan. So David Cosgrove, huge supporter of the event. He'll be very happy to have a couple through. Really opens it up if young Jack can get up over Gary.
Be big. Yeah.
Be huge. You'd have a lot of support down here, Jack.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just the wind starts to pick up a little bit. Looks okay here, I think. That's a fair correction.
Good shot.
I believe Gary and Teasy actually played the Warilla singles on Tuesday night or so before they came. Gary put on a clinic from all reports. I had a little look at them yesterday on the inside. That inside green in there, yeah, obviously the wind's taken out of it, Johnny. So the good guys don't take long to find it, and wow, they can play some shots.
Once they do.
Yeah.
Back in, must have been 2013, I lived down here for 12 months and used to love coming down here on a Tuesday night. Didn't matter what time of the year. It was just so good in there. I haven't played since, really inside there since then. I don't know if the green's been changed, if it's any quicker or what it's done.
What year was the club built down here? It would have been about 2012, 13, wouldn't it?
Might have been a little bit before that. I'm not 100%. I'm sure I lived down here in 2013. He's probably got 2.5 feet to draw. Or he's playing a runner. Looking for the bowl, is he? For 3.
Well, that's
got all his own out, I thought.
Sharpie's talking about J-Boy Norris over there against Kyle McElroy. Getting towards the end of that game.
That's good.
Mathew Pietersen's trying to draw a second counter here. Getting close to the jack. He might have just given that away, or he's been played that with perfect weight. I think he might have just given it to his own bowl. Got a bit lucky with that one. Kristina's got every shot. Good opportunity here though to make a number. She can turn her own bowl up onto the jack a couple of times. She'll make 2 or 3.
I think she is holding.
One to orange. So Kristina, I'd still be looking to be playing that with every confidence though, Sharpie, wouldn't you? Just trying to turn her own front bowl onto the jack there.
Yep.
2 or 3 feet. She's chasing it down. She's getting pretty interested. Just got to get down a bit. It's just a hand that we've seen hold off a bit so far this week. Under Kristina.
Under Kristina.
Your youngest Sharpie, Cameron,
Yeah,
now living down in Albany.
Yeah, he's in Albany. Yeah, he's we've got our big 20,000 they call it nowadays up in Meriden next weekend. If someone is listening and looking to head down that way,
you yourself playing in that, are you?
Yeah, I was successful last year. I was a bit lucky to win with the 2 boys, Ashley and Michael.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Cameron is I think he's going to start playing a bit of bowls, so it'd be nice if he starts playing, and he's thinking about coming up next weekend. I think he is, but I don't know if we bring his bowls, so not sure.
Has he played at all, Cameron?
Just a bit of corporate stuff,
corporate
casual, but he goes all right. He's he's watched enough of it.
Sporting family like yours, it's I think it's just a natural thing with in that
Can
your
be with
family
the bowls.
there. You got Michael, pretty adept at football. Played. Is he still playing his footy?
No, he's given it away. I think Ash will now too, because Ash has just looks like he's done his knee. He's on crutches right now. He's got a specialist appointment next week, sometime in Perth.
When did he do that, and how?
Last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. playing footy.
Okay.
Yep.
And Ash this year I think, was he captain at Meriden this year? Or?
No, he was
No?
just one of the team this year. He's been president for the last few, but he's just become a playing member more, and yeah, I think he's enjoying his bowls. He goes all right. He's playing pretty good.
He still works at the CBH there, does he?
CBH, yeah.
So
Going
fair
all right with
history
his
to
job.
CBH there, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yourself and the trains and all that.
Yeah, well, CBH was our customer, which was pretty good over all my years of driving trains and manager.
Where have you been?
Spent most of my time in Meriden, but bit of time in Albany, obviously, and yeah, bit of head office Perth.
You said you're going to be taking the camper van over to the Aussie Open later in the year. You're going to
going over
go via anywhere on the way, or
no,
make a holiday of it, or just go
Oh,
directly?
we'll probably have a bit of a look around on the way over. We'll probably leave early second week in May and wander over and have a good old look and then get over there playing with my old mate AJ Andrew Jones this year
Jones
with the pairs and playing with.
It's a funny man, Andrew. He's got some funny stories at the Aussie Open there. My first Aussie Open trip that I went to, we went over and he's had a night at the casino and
shot Krstic.
Been in his bowls uniform and all that, and he's won $4 or $5 grand or something, and he's just left in his pocket. And then we've all come over and we're all wanting to use the state uniform, so he's lent, being a similar size to myself, he's lent his uniform to me. I've gone to put it on. He's been through the washing machine and everything. Put it on and feel one of my pockets a bit heavy, reach and pull $5 grand out. Another one he played Mark Casey in a game and just had to win, draw the second set to win his game. Was four in front going into the last end, 4 down on the head, nothing within probably 3 metres, and he drove at a bowl that was jack high on the boundary peg, just flicked it out one roll to get it out of bounds to win the game.
Looks good here, Matty.
Bit of
close.
A character he is.
Very close. Good shot.
Great shot there by Matty Pietersen. I reckon, but the best one of all was we were all rooming together with myself and a few others, and Wayne and Josh Butler, Brenton Scott, Natalie Solly. As Kristina's coming down, trying to get down to the bowl to sit the bowl for a couple.
She is close.
Getting really close here. It's just missed on the high side ever so marginally. It's a great effort there. And David Opie. You'd probably have a few stories about Dave Sharpie, playing at the same club a number of times, but Dave is probably well known to be not the most knowledgeable when it comes to the housework sort of side of stuff. Had never done a load of washing before in his life, so asked Jonesy how to do the washing. So Jonesy's told him, well, you put all your clothing in the washing machine there, just top-loaded washing machine, put all your clothes in there, turn this tap on the sink next door to it, which is not connected to the washing machine. Put your powder in the washing machine and wait for the water to turn blue in the sink, and then you can press start. And for the next 2.5 hours, David was just sitting there waiting for the water to turn blue.
Matty has chosen the backhand to try to look either Kristina or Trail Jack. It's a bit wide.
Yeah, I think it was worth going for him there. Another one to Matty. So he's hit the front. He hasn't been in front at all today, I don't think. Oh, so it's a draw. Apologies, Matty has not hit the front. It is 13 all. we may have a very big surprise coming over. I can see Lee Such striding over. He couldn't. He can't stay away. I think. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here. He is here.
Here we go.
Lord Lee Such.
What a finish this is going to be. Here we go. 13 all.
13 all, and he's here to commentate his understudy.
Doesn't play as much singles as he used to, but he's still pretty hard to beat. It's the WA goat.
KVN, I believe, is the new name. KVN. We've got SGN, now we've got a KVN. How's your weekend been down here, Such?
Beautiful, isn't it? Imagine we could do with this back home, Paddy. Love to have this.
Oh, I think it wouldn't be too bad. Just going to drift past, but he's probably done enough.
Rather young venture, he's 2 shots off.
Young Joseph, yes, I believe he's playing quite well inside. And the big story of the afternoon, Jack East.
I'm not sure what's going on there. I know he's in front.
He was down by probably 5 or 6, I believe. 9-6, and he's, I believe, up 17-9 over Gary Kelly, who would be a lot of people's favourite to take out the title. Just shows for anyone who wants to get out here and have a crack, you never know. Not that Jack's not an accomplished bowler in his own right. I think he likes this perm.
Mile away. Looks to be right up beautiful screen. And the measure. He looks like 2 from there. Can we just draw with the chase here rather than throw it up, Chrissy?
She's played some pretty. Yeah, she doesn't want to get her own.
Close.
No, she's got the Jack.
Oh,
It's going to stay in, is it? Oh, it stayed on the line. It stayed in. It stayed in. Well, this will test him out here. The Jack has stayed in by millimetres. Matt Pietersen strides back to the mat. He would have done this a million times. Yeah, yeah, you put your house on him drawing this.
Yeah, backhand.
I believe so.
Inside out.
I think he'll be happy just to get inside his own, and you know, if he goes, if Chrissy draws a honker and he goes one down, you know, if I don't know. Is he trying to kill it? No, he's played that. He's played that pretty well. Don't know what Chrissy's option is. I guess she's got to draw to cut down. I think Such. Yeah. Yeah. She's played this very well.
She could do.
Great shot, Kristina Krstic. So, such who you backing in for the title from here? Who do you think the big chances are? Or
Well, without saying the price, because obviously he's part of our crew, the money would be on Maddie.
is,
But Teesy's obviously going to be around the mix.
yeah, Corey Teasy. The big names seem to be generally getting through these.
Well, Norris makes a chance. He's only just ahead of Kyle, but if he gets through this one,
Young Joseph Clark. I don't know if they still look to be going in there. So he only needed 2. Fair start here by Kristina. Who's the best player you've ever played with, Lee?
like with.
And against? You played with some stars over the years.
Probably with. It's hard to go past Steve Glasson. Pretty hard to go past him. Against, obviously Aaron Sheriff's never easy to beat. I certainly wasn't a fan against playing Matty Pietersen singles back in the day.
No. We've just realised, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Lee such his microphone.
Was it off again?
For quite a time.
Are we live? How do we
We're live
find
now.
out?
We're live now.
Right, we're on. Okay.
He,
right, I've been talking for the last 25 minutes.
He's been telling us about how good he was and everything.
Yeah,
And you've all missed it.
you've missed some great information, people.
Now that we've got your mic on, who do you think will win the title, such?
Right, okay. Well, obviously, being a Vic Park Red Raft for the weekend, Matty Pietersen, obviously, Aaron Sees, J. Norris is on the verge of winning, so be one of the heavies.
We've got some more results filtering through from inside. Aaron T's got up over Mark Simpson. So that'll be Teasy through to the last 8. Warren Holt, 15. Shane Judas in and 20. Jack East, 19. Gary Kelly, 15. Kobe Barton, 13. Joseph Clark, 20. So Joey just needs the 1 there. Shane Judas in there and just chasing that elusive 1. Yep. Just heard that Shane Judas in and roughly needs to keep Warren Holt to under 18 or 19, so we probably want to get that 1 sooner rather than later if he wants to have a crack at going through.
Benny, how's it looking this time?
He looks to be travelling.
Yeah, a little bit of weight.
Kristina's holding a few here. There's a he's sailed through with all 3s.
Well, we're getting down to the business then, Pat. Last 8 tomorrow.
Sure are.
What to play for?
$50,000 first prize.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Not
Be
bad at all.
life-changing for someone if you're looking for a house deposit or...
What are the biggest tournaments? Obviously, you're from the east originally. Such, are there any big ones over there?
Yeah, not worth this amount. Not for 50 grand. There's some big singles tournaments over there. Obviously, yeah, Park Beach, Broad Beach.
Just coming from the
Quite a
right
few
area, here,
around.
Kristina. Just got to run.
Yeah, she's close.
No,
No, she's good, I think.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Well, Matty's probably still got about a foot and a half to draw this.
I think he'd back himself to draw this, would he? Yeah. He does have the back three if he wants to try something outrageous. Very big in the context of the game here. 13 all, probably 3 down.
Yeah, that's right.
He's having a good look at it. Someone actually knows what they're talking about because I don't know. No, she can join in.
There you go. Good, man. People love you.
Well, he's released on the forehand. It's all down to his weight now. His track looks okay. He's urging it to stop. He's urging it to stop and flop in. It's a chance there. He's done enough. Great shot, Mathew Pietersen. 3 down.
Right back up.
He has.
With the tactics.
Yeah, he started long and now he's gone for the shorter ends.
Well, unbelievably, Perm is only 36 years of age and he won the state singles 20 years ago.
20 years ago. I did have a chat to Perm before, and the year he won the state singles, I was in year 8.
Yes.
And I now feel about 80. So
Yeah, 16 he was, I think, Perm. He might have been 15, actually. I'm not sure.
we've got news in from the indoor. Jack East has caused an upset. Gary Kelly is out.
Yeah, Gary Kelly's
Jack
out.
East goes through.
It's one of the heavies.
One of the heavies are gone.
Perm.
Great for Jack though. He's a very, very accomplished young bowler himself, and him and Isaac Morm are in the same section as Gary Kelly. Kyle McElroy over on rink 3 has saved the game.
Yeah, 2019.
20-19 by Norris.
Chrissy's not a mile away either. Just going to run through a touch. There's a lovely angle there. You can see Matty Pietersen's got about a couple of feet there.
Yes, he would.
Not sure what bowls there. SRs that might be.
He wants this to hold a tad. Weight's pretty handy though.
Very nice shot. Now, while Matty won that state singles in 2005, he lost the first round of the novice that same year.
So lost the first round of the novice and
won the state singles in the same year.
That reminds me almost of a
It's not easily done, is it?
Similar story. Helen Morse, I
Yeah,
believe,
I
did
think
something
she done
quite
something similar. Yeah,
in her first year.
Yeah,
Hello
lost
to
the first round of the
Helen and
novice
Justin.
at Wagga.
I'm sure Helen and Justin are tuned in, keeping a close eye on things. But I believe Helen won the consistency singles in her first year of lawn, which is quite a serious result.
So we've got the psychologist versus the chiropractor.
Yes, it's the battle of the medical professions.
Yeah. Perm with
Dr.
a little
Kristina
shuffle.
versus
He's had a
Dr.
shuffle of the feet. And then he comes for a second.
He's pretty happy with that.
And Chrissy's playing some weight here.
Kristina on the swing.
And I'll
she's
tell you what,
close.
she's close to killing this again. Oop, and she has.
Oh, she's killed
Bounced
it
off the
again.
back bowl.
Great shot by Kristina. We're just keeping an eye on Jay by Norris and Kyle McElroy. 2019 is the current score to Jay by. Kyle's holding 1, and he's just come in and trailed it.
Oh, he's giving it away.
He's given it away.
Yeah.
He's trailed it back to Jay by Norris.
Yeah, that's not going to be an easy one to get out
No,
either.
it's-
That looks ugly from our angle, so it won't look good from theirs.
Yeah, as you can see, he's trailed it back. It's very tense around the Mandurah Bowling and Recreation Club at the moment. You could hear a pin drop.
Well, Jay's staying nowhere near it.
Yeah, we're just going to watch this potential last end.
Says no need for the umpire. Said it's a terrible roll. We're kicking him back.
Yes, that's quite a pivotal error at this point of the game, at this level. Losing the jack, don't you think, Lee?
Well, I'll see some of your jack rolls. So we don't lead a lot.
Yes, I have a lot of trouble with my weight control, as I discussed earlier with John Sharp.
Yeah, well, if you bought timber off you, you'd be laughing. And Chrissy says, what? We're going to this ditch.
Yeah, Kristina's done the complete opposite, which is what Perm actually wanted to play at the start. And he,
Yeah, it's the Easterners, Paddy, you don't see a lot of medium.
no,
So the full length or minimum.
we've got the last bowl coming down. Kyle McElroy playing with weight. And he's missed. Jay by Norris will continue on. Both from the Cosy Home
Kyle would
Loan
be
stable.
Bit disappointed, wouldn't
Yeah,
he?
he would
Yeah,
be,
giving a
yeah.
shot away.
Yes, it is. Yeah, if Kyle McElroy had a won there, Billy Brandsma would have been through. So Jay by Norris will go through that section.
Permy, first bowl on the
Back to
pitch.
this game, 14 all. Kristina's dropped a tad short there.
Perm's
in the ditch.
Yeah. Be very surprised if this one is.
I think the first one to jump on here after playing short ends for quite a while will go a long way to holding shot on this end.
Yeah. He's got a bit of pace on this too.
Yeah, he's still travelling. Kristina's on a bit of a wide line there and a bit tad heavy.
Yeah, no one jumping on just yet. Permy's back bowl, I think that's probably a shot at the moment.
Yeah, according
Meter.
to our marker Mark Fatari, yes it is.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. He's coming tad quick again. Neither of the first one on here is.
Plenty of room.
Kristina looks to have thrown that out quite wide again.
So still,
Just let Perm off the hook there, I think, a little bit. Lee.
yeah, certainly has.
I I think after a few goes at it, I think you'd like to think they'll both be drawing inside of those now.
Yeah, Perma definitely want to beat his shot bowl. Can't back Kristina not to get within a metre.
He's let it go. He's following it.
I think his weight's better.
He's calling for it to hold.
Well, still going to run a bit.
He's still going to
Oh,
run
no.
through. He might potential for 2, but it's a very soft 2.
Yeah. Well, Chris is coming over to look, but I think she knows what she's got to do.
$14 Kristina Krstic strides back to the mat.
Stay in the same hand?
She's
Think,
got to
Paddy?
draw the shot.
Stay in the same.
I think she'll stay there. She's played out there most of the day. She was just a tad heavy with her last ones. She's just got to get the weight right, and she'll draw the ultimate here.
Backhand draw. Could be 2 down. Well, I think her weight's okay.
It's on its way. It looks a lot better.
I think her weight's okay. Her weight is okay.
Oh,
still got to stop.
rolling. It's still got to stop.
No, it didn't stop.
It didn't stop. I think that's going to be 1 to Perm.
Yeah, I think it still is.
That is a it was an interesting end there, really, Lee.
Yeah, it was.
I actually would have backed you to draw that
I don't think you would have.
back in the day. Right, they're going to have a look at. No, they're looking for 2, are they, at the moment?
No, one.
Yeah,
One
just the one to Matt. Interesting to see what he does with the Matt when he go back to short. I don't think he'll be playing that.
No, I don't think so either. No.
Yes, first time he's hit the front.
Is it right? Okay.
Yes, he's bringing the Matt back up. He's got his fresh haircut. He went and got that apparently.
Didn't he
yesterday.
ever? It's hard to say what kind of haircut that is.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that haircut.
'Cause he's got 3 different shave levels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where he got his name, the original. Yeah, there's a photo floating around somewhere of it.
Yeah, the perm. So you would have known him when he had the actual
Oh, he had a
Yeah,
sheep.
where'd the
He had a
name
sheep
come
on his
from?
head.
sheep on his head.
Yeah.
He's heard us say that. We put him off. Sorry.
He was playing a game of singles once and a bee got stuck in it. I'm not kidding either. That's fair dinkum.
I've never heard that before.
Fair dinkum.
Playing a game of singles and a bee got stuck in his
Yeah.
hair. Obviously,
It just
Liam,
happened to be a club singles final against Glasson. It was too.
I believe he's won quite a few.
I
singles
think he's
finals
won.
at
I
St.
think.
John's Park.
Yeah, he's. I'd like to actually know how many finals he's actually been in, because it'd be close to 10.
We were discussing it before with Barry Lester. He's about his Park Beach singles and his. Kristina's going to just travel through a little bit there. Just going to pull up before the ditch.
But he's certainly got a long list of singles titles to his name. Golden Nugget singles, he's won the Park Beach singles, and first prize in that was a car. Cabramatta singles, he's won that at least twice.
He won a car.
St. John singles, yeah, I think he's won about 7 of them.
That's a fair bowl there from Perm. He's probably a couple of feet away, but I think he'd be pretty happy with that.
Okay, so Chrissy.
Chrissy looks to be on a very good track here, Lee.
Well, Lon was good with the first.
Weight. I think he's great.
She's going to hang on. It's hanging on.
Just got to hurry a bit. She's done enough. Maybe.
I know.
This might force a change
Yeah,
onto the
Permy's
hand that he
thinking of it.
hasn't played on for quite a while.
I don't know if he will. He's got enough room to get around that, Pat.
Yeah, no, he's going to go around it.
See plenty of people hanging around to watch. We've probably got a foot to draw a shot.
He's coming from a nice area. He's got to get inside his
Yeah,
own.
he should hang on. It's all on his weight. Should be
He's
pretty
urging
good.
it to hurry, and he has hurried.
Fall behind the
Stuck
jack.
him behind, yeah. Kristina's looking to reach here, sit anything.
Oh, Chris is on a good line, so
Yeah,
it's
she's
all
on
on
a
weight,
great
Pat.
line.
She's definitely there.
The weight's good.
Wants to sit the second
Let's
shot
get the
out at
second
least.
shot.
She has.
She's made second.
Yeah, good shot. Gave it a good chance.
Yes. Also gives her 2 seconds now. She can play
Yeah,
something
100%,
similar again. Perm's on the
100%.
run. Push him through.
Permy, do you give yourself a chance here to try a touch around on the wing? He's probably made 3 or 4, but
Yeah. I think he'll back himself to get to his own.
yeah. Yeah, he's got nothing but short, so he's
Just
got every
needs to-
opportunity.
Yeah.
He can reach this.
It's on its way.
It's on a good track. And his track's
Gonna
good.
just
Here's
get
his
down.
weight.
I
Has he
think
got enough weight?
He's got to hurry.
I don't know if he's got enough weight.
Oh, every roll. He's
Oh.
trying hard.
Might
but I
cut the
think
third
he's-
one out, but
Yeah, it could be a little blocker there. You know, Kristina's got to go pretty positive now to get that bowl. And
yeah, it's an interesting shot here coming up from Kristina. Obviously, you
Yeah.
can see the port there. There's enough room to get through it, but
you know,
yellow on her own's not real good.
I think the speed she needs to play, yeah, it could go pear shaped. But she is a world champion. It's on its way. She's
Oh,
looking
she's
for
looking
that
for it.
port. Oh,
No, she's not going to hang on. No, she's under.
that'll be another one to Mathew
Yeah,
Pietersen.
probably a couple of little risks there. You want to be
Yeah.
wide and get on the Maddie's wing one.
Back to
So one more to perm. That would make it 16-14.
16-14. Not playing in it this year, Lee.
No. So Permy,
It's been quite a comeback for Perm here. He was 11-4 down at one stage.
4 down, yeah.
He's just stuck it out, you know.
I think that's one of the things too, Pat, when you play Matty Pietersen, you know you're not going to be out there and the game's going to be over in an hour. You know, if you're going to beat Matty Pietersen, you're going to be prepared to be out there for a while. I don't think there's another game of singles on, to be honest, I think. Yeah, I've had a couple of games against Matty. We've been out there for a good 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 31 up over there, isn't it?
They've just cut it back now. It's now down to 25.
Just a tad short there, Matty. Kristina was a tad heavy there. Line's perfect. Should be an okay track here, Matty. It's just down to his weight now. Starting to work home.
This looks like Betty's been a sort of a tough. I mean, the conditions are really nice now, but it looks like sort of all weekend. I haven't really seen anyone sort of nail it.
No, on this outdoor, no one's just nailed it all day.
No,
to
it
be
looks-
to be honest, the first I've seen, I was very impressed by Brianna Smith earlier with
Oh,
her drawing,
yeah.
and
played beautifully
Ryan
yesterday.
Moyle just then against her. You know, the way he drew was impeccable. Herm's holding a couple here. Oh, Herm's got this bowl coming down now. He
He's
looks
on
to
a
be
great track.
on a very good
He's all on
track.
his weight. You got enough weight to get there?
He's got to hurry, Lee.
Well, probably do
Well,
enough.
He's done enough to
He's
count.
done enough. Counts.
Gets in Kristina's eye. We've got some results from inside. Jack East obviously beat Gary Kelly, so he'll be through. Shane Judicinan in front of Warren Holt, but Holt must have reached the amount of shots he needed. Holt will go through by shots. As mentioned before, Aaron Teagues will be through after defeating Mark Simpson, and Joey Clark beat Kobe Barton, so he'll be through to the last 8. Young Joseph.
Tell you what, Kristina's close to drawing this.
Kristina has
She
drawn
just
the
about
ultimate.
has. I think
That
she
is a
has.
great
Yeah, it's
shot.
fallen in.
Great shot, Kristina.
Well, I think we'll be seeing some weight from Maddie.
Yeah, he hasn't
You see him having a look at it there?
he hasn't fired for a while, but I think
No, he hasn't, has he?
he'll be looking. Does not have anything at the rear of the rink.
No, that's one thing. So
Um,
wants to make sure that if he gets the Jaggers card, they're going to
I
go with it
think
or kill
if
it.
he- But I also, I think he'll play big. So if he does get the jackets,
Yeah, he's going to kill it.
likely for kill. Has he got a nice whack on him, Lee? Haven't seen him
Oh, he's
fire
got
too
a
many
good,
times.
it's a good solid runner. It's not super big quick, but
He hasn't got a Tommy Mitchell.
no, he's got a Tommy.
Having a good think about it.
He's going forehand. Okay, so he's looking at trying to pluck this bowl out clean without a jack. He's going forehand, right? That's about as quick as Perm goes. He's going, and look at this, and he says no jack. Oh, but he got a
and he
jack.
kills it.
Well, I
He
suppose that was one good thing about the forehand. I suppose it sort of took the jack going in the ditch.
There was a large call for no jack, and he just feathered it. Had quite a few dead ends in this game. They'll bring him back down to the crowd end. With these sort of longer games, Lee, how much does mental toughness
Oh,
come into it?
100%. Yeah. I think that's sort of how Perm wins a lot of his games too, keeping his opponent out there for a long time. But yeah, Kristina's certainly not going to worry about that.
I don't know. I think you couldn't get two more mentally tough bowlers
No.
than these two. We've got a world champion,
No.
Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
I had one game against Perm. We finished at 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. What sort of game was it?
It was the club singles.
Bowls?
31-30. Yeah, 2:15 we got off the green.
That's unbelievable. 31-30. He's coming from the right area, I think, again here.
Yeah,
Weight
it's a
looks
handy
pretty
start.
handy.
I think his weight's very good.
It's a solid start by Mathew Pietersen. Kristina's sticking with the backhand. A lot of people in that situation would be inclined to change,
Yeah, we haven't seen
but they
sticking-
both seem to like that hand out there.
Yeah.
And she's persisted with it. I think even getting one behind like that gives her options with her next few.
Perm looks to be pretty good again
Yeah,
here.
he looks quite good again here.
Pretty good again.
I think you want to just get behind,
Just
past
sneak
his
around it. And
last.
he has. Look at that. Nearly back touch if it falls. Oof.
What
Chrissy
are his
Gear.
bowls, Lee? Do you know?
I think they're SRs. Yeah, I'm not sure. There'll be some sort of tailor, but
She doesn't have a huge target, but she's.
yeah, I think she might go. It's early in
think
the
he'll
end.
fire?
Yeah, I think she's looking at. I think she's going to go this on the forehand.
Yeah.
Yep, line it up.
Kristina lets rip.
And she's looking at it.
She's
She's
just
going to
a
get down.
tad
Ooh.
high. That's a fair sider, though. Do you think Perm goes back here, or does he
Oh,
try
I
and
think
just change it up?
No, I
Change
think
the
he'll
head?
keep going. It's only a 1 bowl target. I think he'll go again. I think he'll just try and beat Kristina's first bowl. Just having to think about it though. I mean, the
Yeah.
target.
Having a big think.
Be very surprised if he changes hands. Yeah, it's beat Chrissy's wing bolt.
Yeah, I guess he can cover and count there, and it's still good.
I think he's just
He's
about done it
definitely
too.
reaching. I think he's gonna nestle right in
Yep,
behind the
certainly
jack.
has. Well, that's a very good shot. It's not going to make the target any bigger at all.
That's a beautiful set of lawn.
Chrissy's got to go again, I think.
Chrissy will go again now.
Yeah, she's got to go again. Well, she'll be going to jack here. Anything the bowls is a bonus. I think she's
Looks
wide
a tad
again.
high again. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there's a bit
well,
of pressure
real
now.
opportunity here now, and I still think Perm's got to try and get another one in there. He's got a real opportunity to get within one.
Yes.
I think Perm will take the risk. It's only going to be one down if Kristina hits this. So
Yeah, I think looking at the the setup, if she does get jack,
well, it's every chance of killing. It's
every
every chance.
chance of killing, and don't know if it'll go straight through with her bowl.
I think
Obviously she
Perm will
can
draw
pot it
this.
for two.
I think same again. Just try and get around his last bowl. Just trying to beat Kristina's back one.
Yeah. See young Joseph Clark walking out with a bit of
Yeah, he's
swagger
got
after
three.
making the
Very happy
last
with
eight.
himself.
He's come to watch his St John's counterpart.
Well, Perm's lining up on the back end, so it says to me that he's going to try and draw another one. I think he has to. Got a really good setup.
It's on its way.
Put the pressure on.
It's tighter.
Oh, no, he's got a good line. I think he's going to.
It's tighter than his last, but he's pretty good here.
He's played it very well. He's going to set that ball
He's
through.
not- and he's not going to fatten the target at all.
Ooh.
He's changed it.
Yeah, I don't think it made it any. I
It's
don't think it
more-
made it
I
any
think-
better though.
I think it's more likely of a kill now. Looking at that,
Yeah, I'm surprised he got that close to it. To be honest, man, yeah, I think the setup was better before.
Kristina has a bigger target now.
Chrissy, she's running on the forehand. This is a big bowl here. She's
Definitely tighter.
she's better.
She's got something.
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to get out?
Oh, it hasn't.
Oh, it stayed in.
Oh, she's going to
Stayed
cut
on the line.
She's cut the damage down to
Just
two
cut it
though.
to two. That's a great shot by Kristina. She
Cut the
didn't have a
damage
lot
to
else
two.
on, Lee.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised that Maddie got that close. I would have left it kind of the way it was. But still, it's 2 to Maddie Pietersen. Gets within 3.
Within 3, yes, of the final 8. I'm sure you'll get a chance later to let him know that he did
Oh,
that
certainly
wrong.
will.
Yes.
Oh, Blake Butler's come in to say hello. Hello, Blake.
Hello, Sodge. The voice. Another cracking game at the Everest.
Well. Yeah, Permy sort of just found his straps in the last half of the game. It's And as soon as I say that, just put one in short. Well, it's not too bad.
It's very good out here. He's
Yeah,
making this
I'll be
look
over that.
very easy. Making this look very, very easy.
So Chrissy needs to get the scoring back on. Matty's within 3. He's going out.
Yeah, Matty with four ends on the trot. Chrissy with good first bowl pressure.
Yeah, very
here,
good
though.
shot.
That's
Nice in behind it.
just what she needed.
I'm certainly not surprised to see Matty Pietersen, the last one out here, Blake. He's certainly not known for his speed.
No. He nearly broke into a jog chasing one last end.
No, he looks to be pretty good here, though. Heck of a correction. And Matty's bought his 2005 Vectors that he won the state singles with for the indoor. Was a little bit disappointed he drew the outside rink.
Yeah, he was torching on the indoor rink yesterday.
Yeah, it was a bit vintage. And Chris, is she having a sneaky look?
Yeah, just a touch under. But not a bad spot. Has stayed up, bottom of the rink there. Giving herself a chance with that really difficult weight to play.
What's Payne going to do here? Is he going to change hands?
Yeah, it looks like
He's thinking about it.
switch and maybe just
Maybe.
slide past Chrissy's.
Mm.
Gets it away well.
Yeah, I think he's just needs to keep running.
Oh, that's sort of where it pops to. If she
Mightn't be a
doesn't-
bad spot.
Yeah.
Probably would have locked another foot on it.
Or is he trying to get this to
No,
rip?
she doesn't like it.
Well,
Where's he going to finish? Well, I don't think Payne could take the risk. I think he's got to split those 3 up now.
yeah. Little back end raker from Chrissy with the next one could spell 4 if he doesn't jump back
I don't
there
think he want
somewhere.
to take the risk at this stage of the game.
There is a bit of risk for Chrissy with meaningful weight with one in there.
Oh, surely Pam's not looking at that bowl. Surely not.
Just wondering how he can
Yeah, surely not.
get himself the best chance to capitalise if she does happen to get her own as well as cover.
Oh, I think you got to protect the risk here, Blake. I don't know if you'd want to be dropping a 4 at this stage of the game.
I don't think anyone wants to drop a 4. But the way he's drawing, he might back himself to just change it a little.
He's going forehand. Interesting shot here.
It looks a lot higher. All right.
Okay, I see what he's doing.
Now, if that was me on the mat, you might say that I was trying to draw one, but
Yeah.
he's
So
got
he's looking at the back cut.
he's got to a very
Looking
good
at the
eye
back
there.
cut. Well, what we say, I think Chrissy's going to have to watch her weight. She can't go too quick. Rips her own bowl out. She's lost the game. He should just try and swing again.
2-foot toucher is enough for 2. She's playing far more deliberate on the high side, making sure she doesn't get her own. And we go again.
We go again.
Mathew bring
So-
the mat up.
Yep,
Roll the
Mathew
jack
went in
short.
two.
And
Yep, he's locking this short length. Change the game.
yeah, those 4 bowls last end were outstanding.
Yeah.
Sorry, not last end. Last time in this direction. 5 ends in a row on the trot for Matty. There's Ringside Clive has mentioned something along the lines that if you can string 5 ends in a row together and your opponent can't, that you win the 315% of your games or something like that.
Right. Okay.
I don't know the actual stats. He's the stat man, but apparently it's good if you can win 5 ends in a row. I've never done it myself.
No.
I hope to one day.
Well, Matty, he's looking good.
Yeah.
Pretty handy start as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, well, just saying the year Matty won the state singles, he lost the first round of the novice the same year. pretty impressive stat.
Yeah, well, that
It's not easy to
that
do.
novice is a tough school.
Yeah.
Um,
Out of Wagga.
Beautiful Wagga. So nice they named it twice.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I haven't really seen them play the other hand much. Do they have to go out towards South Africa on that hand, or how far out are they going on that other hand?
Mm.
They're just avoiding playing it, are they?
Burmese around the mark again.
Ripper. I'd be a little bit disappointed with that, I'd suggest.
Chrissy, she's not. Doesn't look like she's out of the driver just yet. She's having to rethink about it. She might actually. No, I think she's changed her mind. She is going to have a run.
Yeah, I don't mind this. She had enough runners in this direction last end that she sort of knows where to point them.
She got him too.
Yeah.
I think that was a good. That was a good move.
She's got to do something to get Maddie off this length, and if that's swamp the jack or
Yeah.
just keep peeling them out until she can win an end, then. Shane Gudis-Nan has won his last game of the section against Warren Holt, 21-19.
Danny, very good shot. That's what he wanted. Chrissy gonna have to come back to the draw now. Let's try and get a close bowl so she can give herself a chance for the last.
The winner of that section. We just said about Shane Gudis-Nan and Warren Holt will go to a countback. We'll
Is it
update you.
countback, is it?
All
Wow,
square,
okay.
so we will notify you at some point
Wow.
of who got through that. Matty holding game.
Yeah, Matty's holding game. What do you do here, Blake? Do you want to close the second, or do you not get anywhere near it?
To be honest, I'd probably just cover the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
right of screen.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd get anywhere near it. You don't want
No.
to make it any fatter. You'd even be happy with the one.
Chrissy sort of can't get both bowls with the way she
No.
plays, so
Yeah,
the big
100%.
danger is the jack to the back of the ring. He will be hoping to finish about 2 feet past that Mandra logo that's in the bottom right of screen.
Yeah, Permy cover in the back. So it takes one shot
And
out. So I think
yes.
Chrissy's going to have to draw this, and I don't know if she'll stay on the backhand. I'm not real sure.
I think she might just go it, if I'm honest. The forehand runner.
So Chrissy,
File-
she's down
file of
game.
jack.
What's she going to do? I think it's got to be a draw shot. Which hand she plays? She's going to stick with the backhand. I think it is.
Certainly looks like backhand.
So big bell here for Kristina. Don't know, she's not saying a lot.
She's picked up the mat, which is a good sign.
Well, I think her line's good enough to get second.
Might be good enough for shot here. Might be good enough for
The
shot here.
line's good enough to get second. She's drawn it.
Oh, wow.
She's drawn it. What a shot.
Clutch.
Kristina. Well, she
Absolutely
says,
clutch.
what do you think about that? Well, draw
No.
the shots, he says.
Can we get a wowie?
Wow, we.
Yeah. That's
That's what you do when you're down game.
difficult to beat when you don't have
No.
another bowl. Those sort of shots.
And I dare say we're going back to T to T.
Yeah, and that's the end of that run of ends for Matty Pietersen. So he has given himself a commanding lead late in this match. So, ooh.
Oh, they're having a one-in shootout.
Are you been fair dinkum with me?
Yeah.
They're getting the yardstick out, or what's?
Yeah.
Is it really a one-inch shooter?
Are they all tied, are they? Oh, will they? Oh, wow.
My
Yeah, there's a
goodness.
one-in shootout.
Yep, bit of context there. That
Wow.
section that we were talking about earlier with Shane Giedersnan, Warren Holt, and Cavey. Yeah, all finished with
Wow.
with
First
a,
ever in
a
the
win
Everest.
and all square. So they will go out for a one-end shootout, I believe.
What does that mean against each other? What, 3 outs?
I don't know.
Oh, well,
Um,
the Everest.
We did miss a good start from Chrissy here, and a pretty fair
He has
response.
to. He's drawn it. Crazy. It looks like that one's going to take off. Yep.
Not overly impressed with that one, Chrissy.
Oh, he's looking again, Permy. Can you
Yeah,
get down to Chrissy's bowls? Should do.
Yeah, it's
He
sort of
just about has. Yep. That's a game lie.
so it's outstanding. I have seen Chrissy produce her best work once she's game down though. That's the organisers are just discussing how to determine the winner of that
Yeah,
section we
it's
spoke about
interesting,
before.
wasn't
But,
it? Would you see that?
Chrissy is very, very
Chrissy,
close.
she's
here.
just about drawn this. Oh, she can hang on.
Very
Yes.
close.
Well, it fell out, but I think it's still the shot.
Got an indication from the marker that Kristina is holding shot.
Permy. Draw a
Just
touch
give-
for two.
Yeah,
Go back
giving
to
it a bit of a chance. Draw the toucher, get to the orange bowl. If he does slide past, he puts himself in a very good position. That's not really the end of the world either.
No, his weight was good. Oh, Chrissy's got to be careful here. She can't be narrow.
Yeah, it's she really just needs another one in there. And
Yeah. Try and keep out of Maddie's bowls.
You're almost backing her in to do it though. Like I said, when she's been under the pump the last couple of ends, she's been pretty impressive.
So 4-hand draw for Chrissy. Well, she's got a safe line.
Certainly higher than her
Yeah.
last.
Safe line edge and to come back in.
That's quick in the end. The line was actually fantastic.
Well, what's he going to do here? He's got a few different options.
Well, considering how well he's drawn, he's got too many options.
Yeah, the way he's drawing, you'd back him.
I mean, if it was anyone else out here today, I would imagine they would just go for that bowl. But
Yeah, you got the chance of the backhand. Look through the bowl.
it is shorter jack, so you do have the chance that even if you get the bowl, you might come off.
No, he's sticking with the 4-hand bloke. So
Yeah, what speed though? It looks quick.
oh, is he looking?
Yeah, it looks quick to me.
Well, he is too. He's looking. Tell you what, he's close.
And
Wow, what a great shot! That never looked like missing. Never looked like missing.
yeah, he I only
looked
saw
like
the
this.
last third of that game,
Yeah,
but pretty glad I wasn't playing him.
yeah. He's tell you for Permy, he's a chance in this.
Yeah.
Never write him off, that's for sure.
Wow. Down
Well,
through to the
last
last eight.
Last 8, I don't know how does that work. Is that an open draw? Or is that 1 place 2? I'm not 100%
I
sure.
believe it's an open draw, but we are still waiting on the winner of that.
Oh, yes.
That section with Shane, Warren, and Darren. So we'll get that to you when we have the information. Jump on the Facebook page, and that's where you can grab all the information you require. All right.
Yep, that's a wrap from us, guys. Blake Butler, Tommy Mitchell, and Leader Lord Such. Stay tuned on Facebook, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the last 8. Thank you.